Good evening, everyone. Welcome to tonight's very cold presentation of Crowd1. It seems like winter's finally on us. So, folks, let me warm you up with some good news tonight. In spite of the economic times we live in spite of everything happening with viruses all over the world, in spite of sitting behind locked doors, etc., here's an opportunity for you tonight to, in my opinion, not just change your own destiny from a financial perspective, but also get this country back on its feet, if not change the whole of Africa's economy. What I'm going to show you tonight, Crowd1, as the people know it, it's actually the company called Impact Crowd Technology, or ICT, but better known as Crowd1. So before we jump right into it, please take note of our second big event, which not even the virus can bring to a standstill, on the 4th of July. Please diarize that, get your tickets from your back office if you're an existing member. If you're not, guys, then obviously after tonight, I think you will be. But this is a date you definitely do not want to miss in Crowd1's calendar. On this date, there's going to be a whole bunch of stuff that's going live because we're now busy in the rolling out phase of what this amazing company has come to achieve. So let me show you tonight what this company does, how we can become a part of it, how we can earn from it, and how this thing is just changing life after life after life. So, Impact Crowd Technology, or Crowd1. Here's a bit of the vision and the mission, and in a very, very brief summary, what Crowd1 is trying to achieve. We want to become the world's biggest, if you want, sales force or marketing force across the globe, but for online companies, for people with apps and software and services. No physical products. That's a very, very important part of Crowd1's strategy. Why? Because then we don't have the physical inventory issues. We don't have the cash flow issues. How can we pay out so much profit and so much profit share? Because, guys, if you don't have physical products, you don't need physical warehouses and offices and staff. Your single biggest cost in any company is your staff, your human resources. Now, if you can eliminate all of that, with that, you eliminate all the financial risks associated with those type of ventures. So what we are trying to do is we're trying to disrupt the normal way of software and companies in the software space. So the best way to describe Crowd1 is we are a digital library in what's called the gig economy. So the gig economy means the internet. So people just naturally assume these days, if you've got a website and you're online, well, then everybody must be making money. It's exactly the opposite, guys. You could be on page 65 of whatever search title the people type in, and believe you me, not you or I have got the time to read further than the first top 3, 4, maybe 10 if you're really pushing it, people whose names come up. The people don't even know about you. They don't care. They're not going to search for 65 pages to try and find you. So it's really hard in an online space to get people to get them to come to you for your products or services. Now, the first two companies that have decided to use Crowd1 purely happens to be in the online gaming and gambling industry. So Crowd1, in a one-sentence summary, is we're a global online crowd marketing and networking company. And the only way we affiliated to gaming and gambling in the entertainment side is because the first two companies whose marketing we're doing for them happens to be in that space. That's it. So Crowd1, what we are not a gambling company. We are not a gaming company. So obviously we don't need the licenses for that. Nor are the partners, by the by. They are affiliate companies to them. We are not an investment company, so we're not going to tell you where to invest your money and how you'll get returns. So we're not an FSB type company where you need financial services, board approval, and I don't know what all nonsense on the internet's going on from people who have absolutely no idea how we generate money. So to try and clarify that for you tonight, firstly, ICT was created, Impact Crowd Technology. The new CEO came on board and he took a technical company that was started by engineers who had basically started with a head office in Stockholm in Sweden, and he firstly moved the head office to Madrid in Spain. The technical guys started the business with bank accounts in Dubai. He moved the bank accounts out of Dubai to Madrid in Spain so that the company ICT, Impact Crowd Technology, can become a wholly owned European company. It's part of Johann Stahl von Holstein's ambition to prepare the company for a launch on the proper stock exchange. That launch will be around the $1 billion mark. And I tell you what, you definitely want to get yourself, your friends, your family, your neighbors, your colleagues, whoever you can think of, in this company before that happens. Because guys, if you and I could have the magic to turn the clock back tonight to before Facebook started, YouTube started, Instagram, WhatsApp, even Bitcoin, then I think some of you would contemplate tonight to maybe put a couple of kidneys on the table to have the opportunity to join those companies when it all started and it cost peanuts to get into those companies. You see, even Mark Zuckerberg's three dorm mates, his dorm room mates that were in college with him, didn't want to buy into Facebook. I tell you what, if there are 3 oaks today that are sorry, it's those 3 cats. If only they could turn the clock back. Well, the sad part is they can't. So here's the opportunity tonight to become part of something really special that, in my opinion, has got the ability to become bigger than Facebook, WhatsApp, YouTube, Instagram, even Bitcoin put together. Let me explain why. If tonight you can lay your hands on 200 different people, maybe walking past your front door, you take them one by one and sit them down and ask them to explain to you what is a Bitcoin and how does it work. The long and short answer will be you'll have 200 different answers, because nobody really knows everything. We all like to believe we know everything until somebody starts questioning you about Bitcoin. Then you sadly realize what you don't know about Bitcoin. Yet, when Bitcoin started, nobody paid attention. It was started on the dark web, there where they sell guns and drugs and all the wrong stuff. Today, we all wish we were part of Bitcoin, the core Bitcoin, where probably worth anything between 6,000 and 8,000 US dollars for one. So instead today, we pick up the scraps, we buy pieces of it, fractions of it. Folks, if ever there was a time to join this company, Impact Crowd Technology is now. Why? Because if you take 200 preschool children walking past your front door and you ask them one by one, what is a game? I think to our surprise, some of them will even pull out a smartphone better than yours and mine without knowing how to read or write. Not in school yet, preschool. They will be experts of 10, 20, maybe even 30 or 40 games right there and then without knowing how to read and write. No education. They figure it out by themselves. Now, if you look at where you want to be involved in from a business perspective, would you go with something that nobody really knows what they're talking about? Or do you want to go with something that even a preschool child understands? And make no mistake, those kids become big. Every year, our market just gets bigger and bigger as they turn 18 and they can start engaging with Crowd1. Because you see, while all other industries are crumbling around us, even before the virus, last year was a bloodbath in this country. Banks, half the amount of branches. Entertainment industries paid off people for the first time. Construction companies, companies we grew up with. If anybody asks you what's the first construction company you think of, they are gone. Every single mine downscaled. Very few of them are left altogether. You see, it doesn't matter what industry you pick, we were already sweating even before the virus came about. Now, the virus will come and go. The virus brought us back to reality very quickly, but I'll tell you what, the virus will come and go. But sadly, our junk status we find ourselves in now at the moment, it's going to be here for a long, long time, guys. That misery hasn't even started. So if you're already hanging on your fingernails financially listening to this tonight or watching this, if you cannot cope now, I don't know what you're going to do in a few months, if not a few years from now. To show you what Crowd1 can offer you, this is sheer brilliance. You don't need anything more than a mobile phone. and you're in business. Simple as that. We're in over 177 countries, and yes, we've got a local office in South Africa. Sure. Ponzi scheme with a local office? I don't think so. The whole board of directors, I've met them now 3 times personally. Last year on the first cruise where the company was launched when the CEO came on board. Had my own private session with him. I was fortunate enough to have that, myself and my wife. Then I met the whole board for the second time when the office opened up in Sandton, South Africa. Unfortunately, 500,000 people at that stage couldn't go to Sandton City, so we went to Gallagher Estates. There were over 7,000 people at the launch event. The third time was this event over here. January, we celebrated Crowd1's first birthday in Durban's International Convention Center. This is the photo. The people were sitting there like ants. For the third time, the whole board were on stage. Now, I tell you what, if you're thinking of stealing our money, then you're either incredibly stupid or very naive to come and show up and show everybody what you look like. You're even more stupid if you're spending money to open a local office. And since we're in over 177 countries, I don't know where you're going to go with our money, but somebody will find you unless you're going to live in Antarctica. So folks, I think we're well beyond the pyramid Ponzi scheme idea, and I'll speak a little bit about that later again. But you're either in this company or you're not. There's no gray matter. There's a couple of options. You'll see the prices later. But any business, when you join an opportunity, you have to weigh up risk versus reward. So if you can call it risk, a once-off 2,000 Rand to join. Now, I tell you what, when I saw this business, I did not have 2,000 Rand. I couldn't join unless I was sponsored. The lady that showed me this sponsored me into the business. But I'll be quite frank tonight, for 2,000 Rand, I cannot put a tire on my car. I can't take my family for a dinner anymore for 2,000 Rand. Never mind, I can't even print business cards for 177 countries, potential business for 2,000 Rand anymore. So if you've got a better idea how to spend 2,000 Rand with what I'm going to show you from an earnings perspective, with the ability and the capability moving forward, then I'll listen to your plan tonight. But for a once-off 2 grand, guys, let me show you what this is worth. The first company that came on board, the name is basically what the company does. Afilgo is an affiliate partner for online gambling companies. So they're also not a gambling company themselves. They're a marketing environment that goes to all the companies who write the games that people can engage with online for online gambling. So one by one, they go to all the companies. Mixter does the same thing, but for the gaming companies. Those games on your phone that some people just cannot keep their hands off. Literally 24/7 they play games. Above the duvet, below the duvet, so the light doesn't shine in your eyes. Day or night. At school, at home, at work, when they're supposed to be working. Yes, on the clock, on your time, they're still playing games. Whether you want to hear it tonight or not, I'll tell it to you. Sadly, this is the money that's bleeding out of your and my house. The people who take all the money is called Android, Apple, Google, etc. Ironically, they're all American affiliated. And all the money goes to Silicon Valley. You see, San Francisco doesn't share it, guys. So instead of just bleeding the money, even in these hard times, your hard-earned cash, your child will sacrifice food. He'll rather take his lunch money and buy more airtime to play more games. Am I right or wrong? You know that I'm right. So folks, here's the opportunity. If you and I can access this mobile gaming environment, which was already in 2017 worth $150 billion, and it will be $1 trillion industry in less than a year, then I tell you what, these nest eggs, this is what I'm trying to get to here, becomes golden nest eggs, as simple as that. So through a Afilgo, they go to all these gambling companies and say to the guys, folks, your software might be brilliant because normally it's a bunch of fantastic, brilliant geeks that write the software. But quite frankly, their marketing skills suck. There's no nice way to put that, sorry. So unless they've got money to put up billboards in 177 countries, to pay 177 countries television broadcasters ad money, or to go to printed media, how else are people going to know about them? Because sadly, when they come onto the search engines, you land up on page 10 or 65. Nobody's ever going to know about you because they don't bother to go and look for you. They'll get distracted before they even get to you. Oops, problem. So, the field goes to firstly your classic casino games, poker, roulette, blackjack, all those manufacturers for online. Then they go to the leisure games, the stuff you normally buy a ticket for, lotto, bingo, that sort of discipline. Then they go to the monster industry called sports betting. Now, yesterday, the soccer started going live again. No crowds, so you must know online is even bigger now, watching it, betting on it, etc. And the guys are starved. Those guys who normally place their bets on the English Premier League soccer or the Italian League or the UEFA, those guys have got withdrawal symptoms. I'd love to know how much they're betting on them now. Then horse racing has started again. The rugby started today. So we're back in business, guys. And you and I can tap from that industry a very healthy income. Now, the gaming side is a whole different animal. You see, gambling is not allowed in all countries. It's against people's religion, etc. So gambling is a very acquired taste. It's not for everyone. However, just go to your local casino if you want to see a high-value acquired taste like no other business. Because 2 o'clock in the morning, if I go to the closest casino to me, Silver Star, then you'll see even the church people gamble 2 o'clock in the morning when the dominee can't see them. That's how big this industry is. So you and I don't have to be gamers or gamblers to earn money back from that industry and put it back in the pockets where it belongs. That's the opportunity Crowd1 has brought to you and me. However, the gaming side, sadly, all of us believe that those games on your phones are for free. Folks, there's no such a thing as a free anything in today's world. Somewhere they're going to get you. Now, to explain what I'm talking about, if you take your fancy phone that costs 20,000 Rand, put it on the table, and I put another phone next to it, 2,000 Rand. I don't care how fancy your phone is or what brand sticker is on it. The point is, when I strip those phones, they consist of batteries, cameras, screens, and a casing. That's it. How on earth, with the same components in, can one phone be more than 18,000 Rand than the one next to it? Because of the bull dust, the salesperson, what's the name, were pumping down your throat the day he convinced you to buy the phone. That's why, or the contract they've put it on for you to soften the blow. You see, those games are not so free after all, and the same for your PCs and your laptops. Because the hardware manufacturers already paid the licenses for those games that come loaded with those devices. They will make their money back 600 times from you and me. Even the cell phone operators subsidize some of the gaming licenses so that you can spend more money on data from them. You see, everybody makes money from you and me, except you and me, sadly. So that's what Crowd1 basically gives you access to get your money back on that hard-earned money. So if there are 5 billion smartphones, already were 5 billion in 2018, last year's figures I can't find yet, it's not available yet. And you guys with your smartphones downloaded a whopping 194 billion apps in 1 year. This is 19 times the amount of people on the planet. And you guys, that's you guys with your smartphones. Over 2 billion of those 5 billion, over half of them were already gamers in 2018. Whether you or I do it is irrelevant. Whether we believe it is irrelevant. Whether it's against your religion is irrelevant. They're doing it anyway. Let's get that money back, guys. So, with COVID, I think the amount of gamers, people being locked up in their houses, flats, etc., especially overseas, I think that the real figure for what gaming has become during this lockdown, because if you look at people like Tencent Holdings in Hong Kong, while all their other businesses were lost, their gaming profits went up by 31% for the quarter of March this year because of lockdown. I think the figure now is much closer to that 5 billion than we like to believe. Now, folks, here's how Crowd1 works. These affiliate partners, and make no mistake, these two little nest eggs are just the first two of many, many companies to come to this digital library of Crowd1. So these two books might not be for you, but eventually there will be a company with products that you and I will engage in. For instance, at the moment, some of you belong to book clubs and music clubs and movie clubs and you name it. The point is, eventually there'll be something that you will like. If you or I recommend to the gamblers, this company, to the gamers, that company, to the book club, this company, to the movie club, that company, for that recommendation, it's called affiliate marketing or influencer marketing. Hallelujah, we have no products to sell. Big green tick in the right place. Nobody likes selling. So folks, if we do those recommendations and we can put this kind of money in our pockets for becoming the marketing entity for these companies, we will never ever see this opportunity again for 2 grand. Here's an example. Call of Duty Mobile, the mobile version of that game. If you don't know Call of Duty, ask your kids or your grandkids. They are experts. That mobile version came out in about August, September last year. In 1 week, the first week it was launched, 281 million games were downloaded and played. In 1 week by one company with one game. Under Mixter, Mixter is becoming the Netflix of games. There will be hundreds, if not thousands of games under this brand. They're starting to launch in September. You are either in or not. Now, by example, if we get 1 single cent, a euro cent, for every download, then in the first week from a company like this, we would have made 281 million euro cents. Now, if you don't think that's interesting, you better think again. Because if you keep your cell phone in an upright position and you put your calculator on, it ain't going to work. You better turn it sideways because there's not enough room for all the zeros. Because 281 million euro cents times 20, because that's the exchange rate with the euro. Don't fall off your chair when you read that figure, and I'm going to laugh at you because some of you are going to sound like our previous president when you try and pronounce that figure quickly. That's how big this industry is that you and I can now tap into. You saw in the beginning that slide with the old lady. She's 90 years old. They call her grand theft or grand theft, not grand theft, grandma. She's 90 years old. She plays the games every single day to keep her fingers loose and to keep her mind sane. But the point is, the real game Grand Theft Auto came out in 2013, 7 years ago. In the first week, in the first 24 hours, it made $815 million US. The biggest movie of all time, if from a revenue perspective, is called Avengers Endgame. A lot of you have seen it. That movie has now been out for more than a year and a half. It still hasn't made $300 million. Still not. Don't think it's going to make it. A 7-year-old game made 3 times that in 1 day. For your lighties nowadays, the sort of one of the flavors of the day is a game called Fortnite. Now, there are preschoolers that are playing Fortnite, left, right, and center. Can't read or write anymore, or yet they make a fortune from this game because you can also participate in live tournaments. So the prize money for Fortnite last year, the total prize money was $100 million US that they gave away in prize money. If you can tell me one other industry that parted with $100 million US as a giveaway last year, we definitely must look at joining those companies tonight still. If you put all the cellular operators together, their batteries are disappearing faster than what they're making money, so they can't even afford a $100 million giveaway. You see, in 2017, this company already made $1.2 billion. They've got more than 100 million downloads. The game Pokemon Go, 1 billion downloads. By now it must be double that. PUBG, more than $1 billion revenue company. The entire music industry is represented in blue, the revenue from it on an annual basis. Doesn't matter if you like Pavarotti or Celine Dion or Puff Daddy or Boere Musiek. It's all in there. The green graph, that's all Hollywood's films put together. Even if you put the two on top of each other, it's still not half of the revenue that is generated by video games. Folks, you are either in this industry or you're not. But if you've got a better idea to tap money out of this industry than Crowd1, I'm all ears. I'm yours. You can sign me up tonight. So folks, the field goes to those gambling companies and they simply say to them, if you want to go global, use Crowd1's army of people. We already over 6 million people in just over a year. Now, just to put things in perspective so that you understand how big this is. And then you'll also understand why other multi-level marketing companies are basically jealous. There's no other way to describe it, sorry. But their lack of understanding of what we do is so sad because we don't compete with a single company. In fact, we complement them because the only thing we make is cash. If you do not have cash in your hand, you can't do anything. You can't buy whatever it is you're buying from whomever it is you're buying. But with cash in your hand, cash is king. We only generate cash. So a field goes simply say to those companies writing the software, use Crowd1's army of people, 6 million people. They are already in 177 countries. We speak the local languages. All of us are connected with business, friends, family, neighbors, etc. And there is no better replacement for marketing than word of mouth. Put word of mouth on top of social media platforms and you suddenly have a business that explodes. So if you and I refer someone to one of a Field Goes gambling mates or partners or one of Mixter's games and the people start engaging in it through our links, then the commission, in other words, the marketing money comes to you and me through Crowd1's platform. Because Crowd1 do not have any physical products that needs movement or staff or whatever, we are under 100 people servicing 6 million members. To put that in perspective, some of the companies you know very well that sell physical products in a multi-level marketing style business, for less than 3 million members, they are already over 3,500 employees. And your human resources are your most expensive resource in any company. We don't have those issues. That's why we can pay out to you and me. 80% of the profits come back to you and me. Crowd1 only retains 20% to run the company, make sure the system runs, make sure nobody breaks the system or gets in there to steal any money from a cyber attack perspective. Run a nice, healthy company like all of us want as a partner. So 40% of the income from the profits come to you and me in the form of residual income. Now, if I use the word residual income, in other words, annuity income, so continuous payments every 15th of the month from the monthly gaming profits, 40% of the monthly profit of all the companies underneath these two flags, and the companies, the new companies are already queuing up, guys. 40% of those profits come to you and me as a monthly payout on the 15th of every month. It might be small now, but this is a marathon, not a sprint. It will only become bigger and bigger and bigger because you see, not even the games which are busy rolling out now, the gambling games, they're not even live in all the countries yet. In fact, they're hardly live in some countries. Mixter is launching in September, from September onwards. We are going to turn the world upside down, inside out, and you're either part of it or you're not. That's why very few people like what's going on here, because we're busy exposing them for how much money they've been making from you and me. Ooh, not a nice position to be in. You see, we've had enough of people taking our hard-earned cash away with nothing coming back. The other 40% comes to you and me in the form of what's called Crowd1 rewards. This is like an internal share system. So even if you're the last person on earth to join Crowd1, and there are no more people to sign up, now before you worry too much about the people signing up, our job is doing marketing for the companies. In other words, increasing the traffic to these people's websites and their gambling and gaming games. So we have to sign up people. It's the core of our business. But the bonuses for signing up the people might be healthy because there's 5 of them. But as the name says, they are only bonuses. The core of the business is increasing the marketing activity. So then, even if you're the last person on earth to join, you still get, with whatever package you decide to get into the company, you get a healthy amount of these Crowd1 rewards. So while you have no one else to sign up, these rewards, the amount of them that you have, will determine what your quarterly dividend payouts on the profits for these companies are. Now, I tell you what, Monday, the 15th, is the first time the 3 monthly quarterly profits based on your rewards are being paid out on top of the monthly income from the profits every month. So Monday is going to be a sweet day in this country's history, let me tell you that. Every single month on the 15th going forward, as we start paying out, and here you can see the timeline. So that payment is behind us. This is the payment waiting for us Monday, the monthly profit plus the first quarterly dividend payouts. Thereafter, monthly in July and August. Then in September, whoa, another sweet month. Monthly payment with quarterly payout. And what can be better before Christmas on the 15th December? It's like in the old days before you went on holiday, you saw me hit a double whammy, your salary and a bonus. Very interesting, guys. Very interesting. Every single month now, something goes live. All I can tell you, we are in June. On the 4th of July, do not miss the second online event. It's actually the 3rd online event, but the one last Saturday was a recognition event. So do not miss the 6th of July's online event. You see, even the virus can't slow us down. You're either in or not. But that day, there will be stuff released that will change you and your family and this country's future forever. You see, there are already 1.5 million South Africans in Crowd1 getting an income from Crowd1, where some of them didn't even have shoes before the meetings. Believe me, that's where I present, guys. Now they've got an income, not just monthly, already some of them daily, if not hourly. That's how they're working the business. Never ever had an opportunity like this. There's no industry and no government that's created 1.5 million incomes for anybody anywhere in the world, never mind South Africa. You're either in or not. But I tell you what, these Crowd1 rewards, you get more and more and more of them in 3 different ways. One, the package that you buy will give you a whole whack of them. Secondly, every week for every person joining after you in time. So if you joined at 12 o'clock, somebody joined 12:05, 12:15, 12:20, whether you know them or not. The point is it all contributes to more. You can claim them every Wednesday, you get them for free basically. Then every time you sign up someone, 20% of the profit becomes automatically more rewards. So your rewards just keep growing, growing, growing. 3 months after the games are live, you can also sell your rewards, or we can start trading with them. We can buy each other's awards. You can either sell all of them if you've had enough, or you can pick up somebody else's so that your 3 monthly payments can become bigger and bigger and bigger. Because what determines your income here is the amount of rewards that you have. So folks, don't play games with this. So just a quick point on the monthly gaming and gambling income, the residual income. You need 500 points to open your account. So 500 points can be obtained either by signing up 4 white packages, or 2 black packages, or just 1 gold, or 1 titanium. Because for a white package, you get 90 points. So obviously you need 6 of them to make 500 points. For black, only 2 because it's 270 points. Gold and titanium are more points than what the requirement is to open your account to get into pool level 1. The beauty about Crowd1, as you start helping those people to also get their people, you start moving up these pools. You can't go back again. Once you're on a pool, you're on a pool. It's not like selling products. So even if you have a record month this month, next month you start at 0. It doesn't work like that. When you're on a pool, you're on a pool, you stay there, or you can move up. So as you start helping people to move up these levels, and you accumulate points, you go from title to title to title. When you get to this level over here, you start qualifying for these boat cruises here on the left-hand side. So that was the launch cruise last year. You saw the video before we started. There's all Crowd1's members that made it to the boat. I'm standing right over there. The point is, this was the Bellissima in October last year. So a field goes training was done on that boat with the company launch. So about 4 weeks ago, we would have been on this boat called the Sea View. Here's the second launch I qualified for. That's just been postponed now until the virus says we can sail. But folks, you've got yourselves until 1st of August to qualify for this cruise from Dubai. You still got plenty of time to get there. What do? You do not need to put in more than 20 personally sponsored people. And then all you keep doing is you keep helping those people to get to their 20 people. Somewhere in between all of that, I'll see you on the cruise. When you go a little bit further, you get to president level. That's where you get invited to these bucket list getaways. You see, a lot of people still earn a lot of money, but sadly, they don't live. You only get one shot at this thing called life, guys. Now, how'd you like to drive all the sports cars you've always been dreaming of? Not just one. Live on super yachts. Fly your helicopters to and fro and go visit the most exotic places on earth. That's what this is about. All you have to do is get from there to there. Now, here's the bizarre thing with Crowd1. The highest South African at the moment is sitting here. Lady from KwaZulu-Natal. She used to be a nurse. Now, she's already senior president, 3-star. Yet she's 6 months. She started behind the guys that put them all in the business who are now sitting here. So people are already on these levels and the games haven't launched. We're running out of levels, guys. That's how people are hammering this business. Like I said, you're either in or not. But believe me, if you do not put in your friend, your neighbor, your cousin, your auntie, your mom, your dad, there are 1.5 million South Africans that will put them in a heartbeat. If you just look the other way, they will steal them out from right under your nose. So why on earth do you want those people to sign up under strangers if they could be signing up under you? For Pete's sake, for 2,000 Rand once off. If you do not have the 2,000 Rand, sell your car spare wheel, sell your TVs that keep you out of growing a business. But the point is, in today's volatile society, you cannot rely on just your job. Folks, I'm not playing games when I tell this, but when you drop dead, you will be replaced in a week in your job. In a week. The point is, there's no job that leaves a legacy for your children and your family. No job. Start building your own thing that can help your family, because if you think our future is bright and shiny, I've got news for you. We've got problems heading our way the world has never seen before. Never mind South Africa. You need to get a safety net underneath you. So folks, this is basically it. How do you join the company? Like this. A white package, it's called an education package because one of the products are educational packages for self-learning. White package costs 99 euros, so 2,000 Rand. A black package, 299, 6,000 Rand. Gold, 16,000, titanium 50, and only during the special that's on at the moment, you can get a titanium pro package for 80K. Now, the amount of rewards that you get, the bigger your package gets, becomes stupendous. This is why you want to be on a titanium package, a titanium pro, because you get 7,000 euro worth of rewards for this package. That's 140,000 rand worth of Crowd1 rewards. Believe you me, these things will become worth more than Facebook, WhatsApp, YouTube, and Bitcoin shares put together. Folks, there's a special on at the moment. Now, I know what you ladies do at an Edgar's Red Hanger sale. You beat each other up after you've ran the doors out of the hinges, and then the dress doesn't even fit you. So let me show you a special that's worth way more than that. When you buy a white package until the next event, just before the next event in July, you will be bumped up to the next package for free. It's called the Epic Special, but I call it the Bump Up Special. So you spend 2,000 Rand and immediately you get bumped up to the 6,000 Rand package. You've saved 4,000 Rand, guys. Why on earth do you want to wait? Just get in and get on with this thing. Do what those people do with no shoes, 10 or 20 of them, almost like a stokvel. For Pete's sake, we invented a stokvel. They all club together and they buy one white package. And then they start throwing people in, introducing all of them, their friends and families. In 3 weeks, they are sitting on a gold package. 3 more weeks, they got it to titanium. Then they earn so much money, they can buy the other people packages, guys. So when you buy a black package, you get bumped up to gold, 10,000 Rand saving. Buy a gold, you get bumped up to a 50,000 Rand titanium package, a 34,000 Rand saving. And obviously to titanium, buy titanium, go to pro, another 30 grand saving. For those of you already in the business, this is how you propel your business forward. Phone everybody in your downlines. Tonight still. Say to them, guys, here's our chance before the next event. Let's get you from your white package to a black, because then you'll be bumped up to gold. If you do not have the 4,000 Rand here, then start working on putting in a couple of people now so that the new people can also benefit from going from a 2 grand at least to a 6 grand package. Put a few of them in, money comes out of the system, and you can upgrade yourself then from whatever package you're on to the next one, which will bump you up to the following one. So here's the magic of Crowd1. Nobody wants to lose money on any venture, right? All of us have though. Nobody wants to lose money because that's not a nice feeling. So this is what you do to build a monster business. When you sign up somebody, doesn't matter if it's 1 person or 100 people, every single person that you sign up on a white package will pay 99 euro, 2 grand. You can earn more than your 99 euro back. In fact, you can earn 125 euro back if you just sign up 4 more people on a white package within your first 2 weeks, 14 days. Now, if you can make more money back than what you've paid in 2 weeks, then I'm always astounded while people sign up and do nothing for the first 2 months, waiting to see belief. Folks, if you want to see belief, show me the money, like the movie said. The point is, work your dingers off the first 2 weeks and get your 4 people in. Because when you put your own money with profit back in your pocket, or even better, when you get more money out than what you've paid, it means you can take 99 euro from your 125 euro, and now you can sponsor someone in your family or your friends or your neighbor circle that cannot afford to join this business. Because those are the people who need this business the most. This country is on its knees financially. We need to get it back up on its feet. So for every 4 paying members, we can sponsor somebody. Whether that somebody is your favorite church or NGO or shelter or whatever it is. While there's normal times, we can even give a package to the school so we can use their hall every night. Or the church so we can use their hall every night. That's what's going on here, guys. Show me any other business that can do that. If you can find it, we'll join it tonight. There is nothing out there like this. So guys, don't play games with this opportunity. Excuse the pun. So here's a couple of testimonial slides. That was the event at Gallagher Estate. 7,000 people, all the directors talking there. This was the event at Durban ICC, as you saw. The people sat here like ants. On the 27th of June this month, we had booked Soccer City. 90,000 people, the first company ever to have an outdoor stadium for the event. Sadly, the virus had other ideas. But even if we could get Soccer City, it's too small because you can't fit 1.5 million South Africans in there. It will be a bloodbath. There is no other company that's achieved what this company has achieved. Here's our photos on the boat with the CEO, Johan Stahl van Holstein. If you want to Google something, please Google this man's history. You're either in or you're not, but he's going to list this company for $1 billion. You're either in or you're not. This is the man whose idea all this was. His name is Jonas Werner. That's the founder of the company. The marketing lady, Hannah. The director of Africa, Jonathan Strom. There you can see him standing with us at the Crowd1 office in Sandton. Mr. Peter Jacobson. He's the chief network leadership guy, and he basically is responsible for all the training. Jan Frostner runs the Southeast Asia Pacific region. Kenny Nordland, he's an absolute multi-level marketing company specialist. Now, that said, we are not a multi-level marketing company because we have no products to sell. We are online, but we're also not a true online company because we have no products to sell. Jens is the technical guy. He makes sure that the app on your phone works or through Google it works. And it's Swerker's job. He's the chief product officer. He goes to all the gaming and gambling companies and signs them up. This was one of the ladies. I'll show you now. Let me actually show you the other slide. You can see them better there. So I call these slides Crowd1 cars. If all these people that I'm going to show you now have bought everything you see here cash in less than 9 months, then I tell you what, this company must be doing something right because these people are from all over the world. These Filipino ladies over here, I love it. That one loves her car. She's hugging it. The plastic is still on the seats. Same with that one. Mr. GTI from Richards Bay. These guys over here, this guy here buys himself a bakkie and a car. One of the leaders, Smile, buys himself 2 Mercedeses at the same time. Mr. Botswana, first his BMW cash and then a helicopter. Come on, Oaks. This gentleman over here, BMW X6 M Sport, paid in 4 months cash. I've got the videos of all these things. If you want it, let me know. Here we carry on. These people are from all over South Africa and also from the Philippines and all over the world. This lady, 18 years old, fresh out of school last year. She bought her first car, and the point is she made 2 million rand in the first 4 months of joining Crowd1. But it's not manna from heaven. She's working for it, guys. Her mom has been in a little bit longer, 6 months. Her mom has so far made 12 million income out of Crowd1. This gentleman over here, 2 Range Rovers. He just finished buying his brand new house here with his lekker Olympic-sized pool. But what I love, in his garden, there's his Crowd1 invitation banner with the Feel Go and Mixter banner. He cups those meetings right here, guys. The before of this house, the after of the house. These are all people in our teams, our own teams that have bought these cars over here. Here's Low with his bakkie. Here's a nice story for you. Trevor in Cape Town with his motorbike. Now, this is not the best picture, but there, Angelo in Cape Town, when he bought himself this superbike as a toy, by the time he left the dealership and drove home and got home, he had made more money than what the bike costs. There's no business like this business, folks. Every single person that you see here has either made president 1 star or higher. So this is how it worked. This gentleman over here, his name is Bjorn. He joined Crowd1 in January last year, so naturally he's the highest guy. He was the first guy in. He then signed up this gentleman, George. and Rens, 2 Dutch guys. They brought the business to Africa. If you're in my team, you're all in George's team, by the way. George signed up Mr. Smile, Sophia, and Annelie. We all happen to be in Anlie's team. She's just gone president 3-star. This lady, Sibongile, is under Mr. Smile, but she passed him like he's looking for parking. Senior president 3-star. The fourth highest person in the world. The first female president in the world. Proudly South African, guys. Proudly South African. This lady, Bibian, the lady over here, the lady over there, Miriam, and this lady over here, and that gentleman, all from Kenya. Kenya is starting to catch up, guys. Africa is coming for us. China is coming for us. Mr. Vietnam here, John, he went president in 9 weeks. Then he went president 2-star in only 4 more weeks. Benjamin, what's his name? The gentleman's name escaped me for the moment. Mtobisi, Mr. Het, he's from North Africa. I don't know everybody's names. Korean, how's this for a nice story? Corey and Caroline, husband and wife, both went president on the same weekend, guys. Magnus is from Sweden. This guy here, Antoine, or Anthony, he's a nuclear scientist, a nuclear physicist. He studied maths for like 24 years. When he evaluated Crowd1, the meeting took 6 hours. He sat there with his calculator the whole meeting. Today, he left his nuclear physicist job. He only does Crowd1. The numbers check out. So you're going to believe someone like this who's already walked the walk and is already earning the money? Or you're going to believe all these soothsayers on the internet? Don't have a clue how the business works. That's why they think it's a Ponzi scheme. Mr. O'Neill, he's from the Caribbean. Becky Mazeka, one of my favorite characters from Peter Maritzburg, and Temba. Folks, the people are just piling up. This gentleman is the first president in South America. Nora and Jeanette are 2 presidents from the Philippines. Mr. Grapes, we met him on the boat, a machine from Nelspruit. And these 2 people from here, I stand to be corrected, I think they're from Mexico. So you see, guys, this thing is a little bit bigger than just South Africa. And either you're in or you're not. But to join this business, the person that got you to watch this simply needs your full names and surname, your street address and your email address, your date of birth and your phone number. Once again, your full names and surname, your email address and your street address, your telephone number and your date of birth. They will tell you in what account to deposit your money. So don't get a fright if it's a typical savings account for Capitec or someone. Those are just the accounts that different people use to load for different teams on the admin side. They will respond back to you with your own username and password, which you can put in either under www.crowd1.com, or you can download the apps from your Play Store or App Store, and you're in business. It cannot be more simple than that. If you've got a smartphone, you are overqualified for this business. If you haven't got a smartphone, then this business is not for you. Folks, all I can say to you tonight, we've changed 1.5 million people's lives out of the 6 million people in this country. Never ever to be the same again. Don't play games with this opportunity. This comes around once in a lifetime. We do this meeting every single night at 6:45. Get your friends, your family. I always joke and say, if they blink or breathe, then show them this business so we can get this country back on its feet before we drop below the line of no return. Thank you for your time.